Hi everyone, I'm Hark from SSW. Welcome to step 3 of the EagleEye installation guide. In this step, we will install EagleEye from the Azure Marketplace and deploy to our subscription. Let's jump in. Now you can see on the screen on the left hand side, it is my EagleEye docs. Step 3, getting SSW EagleEye from the Azure Marketplace. And on the right hand side, this is my Azure portal. So first of all, we need to go to Azure portal. It is already here. We need to search for Marketplace. I'm gonna search for Marketplace. And then in the Marketplace, we need to search for SSW EagleEye. I will search for SSW and let's see if we pop up. Yeah, we are in the search results, and then it's gonna open this installation page. There I need to select my subscription. I only have one subscription, but if you have multiple subscription, you should choose the subscription which you prepared earlier in step 1, where we registered some resource providers. Once subscription is selected, you can select the plan. I'm gonna keep it to free, but you should select the plan you have. Now if I click on create, a new EagleEye installation wizard will open, where we will set up some configuration steps. So the first thing on this configuration wizard is basics details. We need to give it resource group, region, and application name. So resource group on Azure is basically a group of all the resources. So every time we deploy a new Azure project, we should always isolate into separate resource group, because then it is easier to maintain. So I'm gonna create new resource group following this convention, north wind, like company name, and then project name EagleEye, and then RG suffix, which is like resource group. So I'm gonna click OK. You can give it any name, and then I'm gonna select Australia East as region because I'm in Australia. And then application name, I'm again gonna follow the convention, north wind Eagle Eye app. You can again give any name. Now that is done, I'm gonna click on next. So in this section, we will give some application configuration. The project name is SSW Eagle Eye. I'm gonna leave it default. The environment, I'm gonna select production because this is real production use case, and then I'm gonna click next. Next step is Azure AD configuration. Here we will need the tenant ID and the group name, which we prepared earlier in step 1. So let's open our notes. Here is the tenant ID. I'm gonna copy and paste it back to our Azure, and then Azure group name, I'm gonna paste it back to our Azure. Okay, so that's done. I'm gonna click on next. So now on this step, we need to give details about our app registration. So in video 2, step 2, we created master app. Now we should select that master app here and give our client secret for master app to here. So it also comes up with this warning that you should have done that step earlier. So we're gonna go to select existing, and then I will make selection and search for my master app, which is northwind.eagleeye.master. I'm gonna select this one, and then I will paste the client secret here from my notes, copy the client secret, go back and paste it here. So this is very important. You should not select create new and click next, because that app will not have required configurations. So that's why we create the app beforehand and configure it properly. So after app registration, I'm gonna click next. And now this is our database configuration section. You see there are different pricing tier, basic S1 to S3. These tier mainly control how much storage and performance your database will have. For smaller teams, or if you want to just test it, the basic tier is usually enough. But if you want to upgrade it later, it is very easy. You can upgrade directly through Azure portal. So I'm gonna keep it to basic. Now you also see we have three database username and password. So one is admin, one is read write, and one is read only. So it is from highest to least privilege. With this username and password, you can access your database and scan or run bunch of queries. Especially this read-only username and password, you will need it to connect your Power BI report to your database. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use my password manager to generate secure passwords here, and then I'm gonna paste those passwords here. So I have generated my passwords in my password manager, which is Keeper, but you can generate your passwords and secure them and then paste it here. After that is done, we can click on next. And now this is Azure OpenAI configuration step. We need to give OpenAI location. We only have one supported region, which is East US. And then we can select OpenAI model. We currently support 4.1 mini or 4.0 mini. I'm gonna select 4.1 mini, which is much better than 4.0 mini. But in future versions of EagleEye, new models are coming as well. So you can also leave token per minute to default, which is 100. But if you are unsure, you can follow this doc to see your quota in a Microsoft Foundry portal. So I'm gonna click next. And then this is again optional step, domain configuration. If you have a custom domain you want to give to EagleEye portal, you can provide it here, but for this video I'm gonna leave it blank, and then I'm gonna click next. So in this step it's gonna run the final validation. Once everything is validated, it will give me this option to actually create this EagleEye deployment. I'm gonna click on create, and then it will start the deployment. Deployment takes around 15 to 20 minutes, and then once the deployment is done, we can access our portal and do a bunch of email analysis on our emails. So now you can see the deployment has completed successfully. Let's go to the resources. You will see this. Let me close this one. You will see this Northwind EagleEye app, the name we chose, and then welcome to EagleEye managed application. And then I can go to the managed resource group, which will contain all the resources EagleEye deployed for us. And you will see bunch of different resources like database, portal, API, and other stuff. That's what is the next step now? That is to verify the deployment by accessing the portal. So what we need to do is, portal is this one, Next.js. Let me zoom in a little bit. So if you see this CA means container app. So this portal is running in its separate container. I'm gonna click on this one, and then you will see this application URL, which is portal domain default URL. I'm gonna copy on this one, and it will take us to EagleEye login screen. I'm gonna sign in with Microsoft Enter ID, and fingers crossed, hopefully everything worked well. Yeah, everything worked well, and now I can successfully log into my newly deployed EagleEye instance. So you will see, of course, Power BI is not configured, which is the next step, but we can scroll a bunch of different pages. There are already 2 default tags, and in the settings you will see all the internal email domain in our tenant are already added into our database, and everything's working Well, so that's it for step 3. We have installed EagleEye from Azure Marketplace and completed the deployment. In the next video, we'll move on to step 4, where we connect Power BI and finish the setup. Thanks for watching. This was Hark from SSW. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.